My name is Erik Visser, and I'm responsible for enterprise architecture and engineering at Stolt-Nielsen. And with our 4 businesses, we move today's products for tomorrow's possibilities, and we ensure that future generations continue to enjoy wonderful seafood. And together with my team, I inspire and enable Stolt-Nielsen to make the most of technology. For instance, by leading key initiatives around our use of data and AI and infrastructure, and maturing our overall digital transformation capabilities. We have been operating in enterprise private clouds since the early 2000s and started adopting Azure as public cloud to cater for more modern workloads around 2018. In our initial design and implementation of Azure, we copied and used the security paradigms from our private clouds, for instance, by domain-based isolation. However, the proper implementation of zero trust principles, we believe that we can achieve higher levels of security while reducing the complexity in our landscape. We currently have challenges, or we used to have challenges around user management, license management, using managed identities, app registrations, and all those kind of things. And over the last couple of years, we have been investing quite a bit in everything as code principles and culture. It's around infrastructure, CI/CD, and all of that together led us to rethink the setup of our platform and whether that really caters for the agility that we need as an organization in these modern days. So the initial engagement focused mostly on assessing our current and designing our to-be Azure architecture. And the key findings, apart from very practical things, were that we indeed could realize a fitting architecture that would deliver more than just a lift and shift and improving our security posture. So we decided to work with Nuwey because really from the first interaction that we had with Azure, it was clear that they really knew their domain and would be great to partner up with. Far too often we experience working with companies that we need to handhold throughout the execution, but Azure and the wider team took away that concern, that worry, demonstrated a very flexible attitude, very quality, high-level quality mindset, and a co-ownership of our objectives. So it was great to start a collaboration with an on-site workshop. My team mostly works remotely as well, so bringing everyone in the same room certainly set the right tone and ambition level for this initiative. We could demonstrate the Nuwey team our company values around pragmatism, collaboration, and commitment to go further. And we could find each other as equal partners that could challenge each other in a healthy way and push each other to greater heights. Nuwey's approach in designing our new architecture was a combination of interpreting and tailoring Microsoft's best practices, like the Cloud Adoption Framework and Well-Architected Framework, based on experience and their earlier implementations, and our challenge on how to ensure simplicity and sometimes even higher ambitions than what Microsoft would have. We worked alongside each other in getting to the optimal setup. So we had already invested significantly in infrastructure as code and CI/CD for our cloud workloads over the past few years. But through our work with Nuwey on the IAC of our platform and our subscription vending process, it has become a lot simpler to manage the configuration, do self-service deployments, and overall it's a much more elegant and secure infrastructure. So much better setup at much lower maintenance and complexity ultimately for our teams. Yeah, so our landscape is now much more easy to manage and to operate securely. And primarily the wider extension of the Azure policies setup and the networking topology that we have adopted contributed to that. It's also easier to do cost management more effectively and to really place the ownership in the teams that need to feel and have that ownership. So in my experience, projects like these are always iterative. We have certainly tried to push the boundaries in a few areas. During that process, you always need to pivot, and we needed to pivot based on our learnings and new insights. Nuwey has been very accommodating in that. They were always open for discussing scope changes and different approaches to get to the value that we both set out to deliver initially. They're very professional about that, upholding their commitments to deliver the ultimate goals. Nuwey has been a true partner in delivering this Azure transformation for Stolt-Nielsen. They are clearly experts at what they do, they understand it and commit to our objectives, and they value co-creation, mutual challenge, and craftsmanship. And that is something in my experience that is very hard to find. So please take a look, and I'm sure you will be surprised at what they will be able to do for you as well.